Hi, I'm George Devine. I'm the broadcaster for University of San Francisco Dons women's basketball. Currently in my 21st season, an adventure that began back in 1996. And I'm also very proud to be a third-generation graduate of the university. I graduated with a degree in history in 1992, following the footsteps of my father and my uncle, and my grandfather and my great-uncle.
George, thanks so much for joining us today on Tuesday Testimonials. Describe where you're sitting right now.
I'm sitting here in the new seats in War Memorial at the Sobrato. This is my first time sitting in the seats. They're very comfortable, and the sections here are named after the different legends on the Hilltop. But I think are we in the Ollie Johnson or the Brittany Buttinger section? But we're in a section that's named for one of the retired numbers you see up on the wall when you come into the building.
You've been here both as a student and as a broadcaster for a long time, so I'm sure you have a lot of special memories on the Hilltop. Tell us a few of them.
So many. My first year as a broadcaster was the 96-97 season, and I was very fortunate. I walked into a team that had just come from the Sweet 16 that would go on to the NCAA tournament for the third year in a row. I think they had 25, 26 wins that year, won the WCC championship down in Los Angeles in overtime, beating Portland. A couple weeks earlier, we had a game here on the Hilltop. We had 4,100 people for the Dons in Portland. A game that went down to the wire. Portland swept the regular season series, but the Dons won the big one in March down in LA.
Talk a little about the role that USF has played in your development, both personally and professionally.
You know, I've been around this campus since I was 5 years old. My father was a scholar in residence here in 1975. We used to come to basketball games. I saw Bill Cartwright play here. I saw Mary Heil play here. I saw Wallace Bryant. In fact, Wallace Bryant signed my program once after a game. That was a big highlight in 1981. Went to a lot of high school games here. I went to Sacred Heart High School here in San Francisco. We would play some of our big games here. They still play the Bruce Mahoney game with St. Ignatius here. So I've been a part of a lot of those games. Been a part of, Don's men's and women's games here going back to the 70s.
And what do you think makes USF so special?
I think it makes it special is that it's part of the fabric of San Francisco. It's very hard to go someplace in San Francisco and not run into somebody who has a USF connection or a connection to one of the institutions that's been a part of the great USF family. And when I say that, I'm talking about Lone Mountain College, which became San Francisco College for Women. I'm talking about St. Ignatius High School. I'm talking about the old Presentation High School. I'm talking about the law school. Somebody's got a connection to this campus.
George, thanks so much for joining us today on Tuesday Testimonials.
Thanks a lot, Jessica. It was a pleasure.